Hey, this is Jess on Jess Reviews Reviews, in which I review an object in my house and then I look at the Amazon reviews to see how closely other people's experiences match mine. So low production and so brutally honest because I'm not getting paid. Today I'm going to be talking about the Our Place Always Pan and Perfect Pot, which you've probably seen around because they're super viral, I guess I would call them, or just like heavily hyped and advertised. And I have both of them. I've had them for about, I think, a year and a half now. So this is your perfect pot. How perfect it is, we'll get into. It's attractive. It comes with like a little strainer thing, which I use, keep it here for storage. Um, you can see this guy is in pretty good condition, still looks really nice. Would you be surprised to hear that I use this almost not at all, except to like boil water and cook pasta? On the other hand, let me present to you the Always Pan, which is looking a whole lot rougher for wear if you especially look at the sides of it. This thing gets, I would say, pretty much daily use in my home. And I have watched all the videos of like magic ways to get off this kind of discoloration and to clean the interior of it a little bit better. Uh, I have tried the baking sodas. I have tried the vinegars. I've tried the baking soda vinegars, and nothing seems to help. And like it gets very stained. It's a little bit frustrating, but I think the reality is no matter what you do, a nonstick pot or pan is probably not going to last a lifetime because of the coatings. Like they do wear off, and like I don't know how well this shows up on the screen, but there are scratches here. Like there's spots that I really struggle to get clean. Um, it's a nice pan. The nonstick does work fairly as well as like any other nonstick pan would. I don't know that it justifies the hype, to be honest. Like I said, the nonstick is fine. It does get sticky though. Like you do have to still use oil, like you have to be a little bit careful with it. And the not being able to clean it thing is frustrating to me. I also will say I have the mini version of this. So there's like a smaller one as well. And on that one, the handle started has randomly on occasion gotten really, really hot. Like so hot that my husband burned his hand on it. And the weird thing was it doesn't happen all the time. So like sometime for months the handle didn't heat up. And then randomly one day he goes to grab it and it's like burning his flesh. And it was very surprising. We still don't know why that started happening. And then it randomly stopped. So I don't know. I think there's some weird things with the pots and pans. I do think the pot, like I said, the pot I use less. I use it for really basic things and it's a good pot and I like it and it's pretty. But I think pretty is the key word here, right? Like they're pretty pots and pans, they look good on a shelf. And for a lot of people that's really what they're looking for, perhaps. Um, but if you're planning to use these heavily and you're thinking about getting one of these Our Place products because what you want is something that you're not going to have to replace immediately, which is why I ended up investing in them. I don't know that I could say that they're going to be much different than any other nonstick pot or pan that you would pick up. So yeah, just keep that in mind when you're thinking about what kind of like quality you're looking for. If you use them more lightly, I think they're a totally decent pan. I just don't think they're much better, nor are they much worse than many of the other nonstick options. And a lot of the other nonstick options are significantly less expensive. So, all that said, um, I'm thinking about the Amazon reviews. I want to guess that the pan will have an Amazon rating of like 3.4 and the pot will have a rating of 4.2. Let's just guess that because I mean, like I said, my experience with the pot has been better than the pan, but that could just be because I'm using it less. So let's take a look. So I have the pan pulled up first here. Let's take a look at what our rating is. 4.4. Oh wow, that is that is so much higher than I expected it to be. Like I said, would put this at maybe a 3.4. Personally, it's just not exactly lived up to what I had expected it to live up to. Oh yeah, I'm seeing now, you can see in the detail of this picture that there's like this special stick up part on the pan. Hold on, I should hold this up again. There's a little part here that sticks up and it comes with a little spatula that has a hole so it like can sit neatly into this slot. This is not an innovation that like justifies an entirely different pan. I'm gonna be totally honest. It just I couldn't care less. Like I didn't even keep this spatula. I don't even still have it. It truly could not make a smaller difference in my life. So if you're seeing that, that's what that's about. Anyway, let's scroll down and let's just like find out why people are reviewing this so highly. Truly incredible value. Um, okay, so people are saying great aesthetic. I agree with that. Fast cleanup, yes. I mean it's a good nonstick pan. Um, people seem to really like the look of it, and again, I do think that's one of its um strongest points. People are saying that the coating is better than other nonstick coatings. It looks like it is true that the coating is nice, but I don't know that it's better personally. I just yeah, I find that like and I guess maybe this is the difference. I have had this pan for almost I think a year and a half, like I said, and I have been using it every day. And so maybe it just has worn down, and maybe I'm coming at it from a bit of a different perspective. Maybe that's too much wear to expect any pan to hold up to. But I wonder if people who use this more maybe have not had it as long or are using it, or people who like this more may not have had it as long, or maybe using it a little less. Um, this person is saying that it worked really well to begin with, and then it started getting stuck and it was really hard to get that off. That has also happened to me a lot. Um, I wouldn't say it's ruined the pan, like this person had an experience in which the pan was ruined. However, I would say that I do get things stuck to it and it is hard to clean, but that's like I said, it's true of most nonstick pans that things will stick. And so it is a nonstick pan. Um, this person says that if you use it right, it works well. Um, they said that, I guess they said that a bit of seasoning when with some oil at low heat helps temper the surface. I didn't do that. So maybe that is the way to go. Maybe I have been using this wrong and this is all just user error. I want to see what the critical reviews do say. So it was, all right, nonstick coating isn't lasting. Okay, yeah, see, that is pretty much my experience. It is a nonstick coating that doesn't work perfectly like all nonsticks coatings. Yeah, I I think all of these reviews do reflect that kind of reality, and I think that's the thing to know going in. Don't expect it to be better than other nonstick pans. So there's the pan. Let us make our way over to the pot reviews, which I expected to be better, but now I'm not even sure because this was ranked so highly. Okay, all right. So Amazon ratings 4.7. It is higher. It's still higher than I would have expected. Oh my gosh. Okay. I mean, that's great to see. People really like the quality. The most beautiful pot I've ever owned. There's a lot of notes about the ceramic coating. This is something I didn't mention before. The coating is supposed to be free of more toxic chemicals. And honestly, that is the reason why I was interested in the brand because although like I do prefer using nonstick just for ease, like I do worry about chemicals leaching. So it's nice to know that that's what's said. I guess I didn't mention it up to this point because I take all of that with a bit of a grain of salt. because truthfully, we don't really know like what is the best, what is going to leach, nothing whatsoever. Um, so I think it's a good point, but is it the most crucial selling point for me? Probably not. Let's see. Yeah, people seem to really enjoy it. Um, it's a nice size. It is a good size. Like I have the smaller version as well, and I think they're both helpful. It's helpful to have more than one option with sizes. Critical reviews are saying they're not very durable, really hard to scrub and clean off. I cannot clean off the outside. As I've said, I cannot get any damn thing off the outside of these pans, and it's quite frustrating. The handle in this one, yes, it does get hot. So this top handle, you got to be really careful of this one because it will get hot to the touch, extremely hot. You must use an oven mitt. That one I was aware of. It was the handle on the pan getting hot that surprised me because it didn't happen all of the time. Um, and looks like this person didn't like the way theirs arrived. So theirs might have been defective when they got here. Didn't work on induction stoves. Okay, don't get it if you have an induction stove. Good to know. Yeah, I think all of this is pretty fair and does seem reasonable to me. I really I find the ratings on these like coming in at a 4.7 and a 4.4 rating to be generous. To be honest with you, I would not put them that high. And although I think I really like, I especially am really glad to have this pot. It's a nice pot. And they're good looking, and I feel like slightly better about the quality of the coating than I would about other nonstick pots and pans. Um, I don't know that I'd get them again. All that said, and I don't. I know there's some people out there. I haven't found much middle ground. Like either people seem to say they're trash and they're not worth the money, or people say they're the best pot or pan they've ever had in their life, and they're the only one they'll ever accept. I can't find much in the middle. I feel like I kind of come down in the middle. I'm like, it's a decent pot and pan, and I don't dislike them. It's just that I don't like them that much more than other nonstick pots and pans that I've had in my life, and except for I find them a lot prettier. But I mean, it prettier doesn't last when the outside ends up looking like this and you can't get it off. So I don't know. It's a bit of a toss up for me. So this is my review and then my review of the reviews. This has been a lengthy video because I guess I had a lot to say. Strong feelings about the pots and pans. Anyway, I hope it's been helpful. Good luck. And yeah, well, they might not be perfect pots, but they are pots. So that's nice.